All right, y'all, we're in the middle of nowhere, so that's how you know this video. I'm finna spit some real shit with only like 20 views tops, which is okay, fuck it. You know, a bunch of my videos don't get a lot of views, but that's really on me, you know. You gotta be honest with yourselves. A lot of times, I don't really put much effort into the videos. I just freestyle what I'm saying, and I put a decent title, and I pray to God it gets a lot of views, which more than likely it's not going to. You know, you gotta put in a little bit more work. Sometimes you need to put some cinematic stuff. Sometimes you need to put captions. Sometimes you need to put a sound over what you're saying. And that's exactly what I don't do anymore. Back then, when I first started my YouTube, because I didn't really know what I was trying to go with it, but I was putting a lot of effort. You know, a video would take hours, but now I kind of been on more quantity over quality. You know, yeah, I could drop a Discord, or actually that's not even a bad idea. I should drop a Discord. But I don't want to be that guy that just fakes a skill and just sells it. I don't want to be that guy. I want to be pretty good. The title of the video, it's you're not lazy, you're just part of the wrong system. And I came to that conclusion because I went from overnight security, down bad on my ass, straight into a sales job. But you know, during that overnight security job, I tried to use the time as best as I can. Yeah, I was reading a little bit more. Yeah, I was working on the business and YouTube a little bit more while I was there. But you know, it was kind of overshadowed by the fact that I was constantly scrolling through my phone while I was there. I mean, yeah, I wasn't disciplined enough, but transitioning into my sales job immediately defeated that act of laziness. Because when you get into sales, obviously, depends on the sale you are, you're gonna have base pay. But if you really want money, your skill is what pays you, bro. So like, you're guaranteed 500 every week. But if you make a sale or two or three, your checks are 2 bands, 3 bands. Like at that point, you know, let me stop being fucking lazy. Let me work on this skill. Let me scale this skill. That's what I've been on lately. Yeah, I talk about a business. Yeah, I used to talk about trading. But, you know, at the time that wasn't paying me a lot. This, you know, skill has been paying me. And it will have to do in the meantime. But I've been so obsessed with building this skill up. You know, ever since I got this sales job, I look at everything differently. I look at everything as a product or, you know, a client. Like, I've been so obsessed with mind manipulation. I've been so obsessed with the art of seduction, just things like that, just because of sales. I've been so obsessed with the skill that I'm just like, I'm trying it out in real life. You know, when I'm talking to a girl, you know, I'm not saying I have a script in mind, but I'm saying I have a layout, break them down, and it works. And it doesn't even have to be a girl. It could be a homeboy, pause. It could be like a regular human being you're just talking to in public. I've been so obsessed with how you could break somebody's mental down just through sales. Because a career like that, a job like that, you can't be normal. Sometimes you're gonna have to smoke a cigarette. Sometimes you're gonna have to vape. Sometimes you're gonna have to take a Zen just to, you know, lock the fuck in. Sometimes that's what it takes. You know, rich people, all these entrepreneurs, they're not regular people. They're gonna take a Zen, they're gonna smoke a cigarette, they're gonna do what it takes to really lock in hours on end. And I was really, you know, looking at old videos of people like Elon Musk, Bill Gates. I'm not saying those are good people, because they're not, you know. I'm not gonna get into that topic. But when they was younger, when they was like actually building this shit up, I'm not gonna say they didn't have people to help them, but you know, they was staying up 24 hours a day, going bald, going stressed, sleeping in the office over their craft. And look where they're at now. Yeah, they might be controlling us and, you know, leading the world to doom and just controlling every single thing in our life, which is bad. But you gotta give credit where credit's due. They stayed up days on end, got no hours of sleep, built their company so high, now they're controlling humanity. You gotta give props where props is due. I'm gonna be honest. Am I trying to be on that type of a level? In a way, yes. As a man, yes. Like, I do want to be on that type of level, but that's humbly speaking. You know, I'm cool with what I talk about all the time. A Z01, I have my own house, I have my own lane, I'm cool with that. But honestly, it would be cool kind of to control the world, I'm gonna be honest. But we know who controls the world in the end, Jesus Christ. Anyways, I got a little off topic. You know, I see a lot of people at a grocery store, or I see a lot of people at a regular ass job that probably pays 15, 14, 16. They're probably way older than me, and they're just settling for that shit. I get it. Sometimes you feel like you don't have no choice That might be the only thing that's opening up for you right now. But I will say this, take a chance at sales. They will give you a chance if you just show you're willing to be good at it. Or if you just show that you're willing to show up every day, try hard, be different than everybody else, they will give you a shot. Because shit, they gave me a shot. Am I the best person there? Not at all. Do I want to be the best there? I want to be the best at everything I do. Will I be the best there? Only time will tell. We gotta see. But yeah, that's why I've been so obsessed with the skill of sales lately. And of course, the skill transitions to online business. Is not really a need for an explanation there. With Sparkle, what I've been doing lately, I haven't been doing much. I've just been constantly posting. And, we reached to 1K creators. We reached to over 1K followers. And, it's a pretty cool feeling. I get paid here and there from it. I'll bring up Sparkle too, because I kind of let my sisters know how much money it's made me. And they just got on my ass. They were like, I make way more money than that at my job. All right, cool. Thanks for congratulating me on the fact that I actually made money online. The fact that I even tried. Well, okay, yeah, your job, of course it made more money. Like, it took you 60 hours a week to make more money. And of course it pissed me off. And it pissed me off even more because life's a full circle. A couple weeks later, she texted me, she needed $500. But I thought your job made you way more than what I was making through online business. And that's not even the fact that I have a sales job that pays me on my skill. I didn't even bring that up. But the fact that, you're shitting on me because my online business, you've made more than it, and you're gonna come back and ask me for $500? Yeah, of course I sense it. Of course I'm going to be the breadwinner of the family sooner or later. And I honestly feel like they think I'm that right now, which I'm not. I'm gonna be real. I feel like the family looks at me like they know I'm finna be the breadwinner. That's why they ask, hey, let me have $500. Of course I sense it, me trying to be the little bro, trying to help everybody out. Of course I sense it. It's been a couple weeks. I'm gonna need my shit back, to be honest, but I'm gonna let God handle it. It's just $500. It's kind of crazy how everything's a full circle. They shit on you because you didn't reach the biggest results that they've seen online or that they've ever heard of. They shit on you because it's way lower than the expectations. But they come back, they need help. My family always tells me to go back to school. But, my mind is way past, the fact on what school can do for me. I don't want a regular job. I don't want a mediocre career. And the truth is, it'd probably be hard to get a mediocre career through school. You have to be different to make it now. There's AI, there's entrepreneurs that's starting their own businesses that's not even hiring a person with a college degree. And then there's sales. You don't even need to go to school to make a crazy amount of money. You could just work on your sales skill. I don't think they realize that either. I don't think they realize this is the most amount of money I made in my life just doing this sales job. But, everything's a full circle because my sister, like I said, she asked me for the $500, even though she shitted on my online business and I told her how much I made from it. You know what she needed the $500 for? It's to pay for her school. Pay for her school. You're 31. It's over. School is over. You have to be different to actually make it in life. And I asked her, why are you in school? I'm not saying going to school is a bad thing, but what is your why? Oh, I just want to keep learning. You shitted on me from my online business, and you're going to come back and ask me for $500? $500 that I made from the online business I just gave to you. Yeah, I know I'm going to be the breadwinner of the family, and of course I sent it. I'm going to need that shit back sooner or later. If you made it to the end of this video, God bless you. Jesus loves you. Jesus Christ is Lord. But yeah, I'm waking up very early tomorrow, making another YouTube video because I have to be different. AI is coming, Palantir is coming. It's over. Your school degree doesn't matter no more. The only thing that matters is your skills and Jesus Christ. That's all that matters. I'm competing with people with AI. I'm competing with people with these huge teams. I can't do this shit on my own. But I definitely can't do it with a college degree. I definitely can't do it going to school. You have to be different to make it.